This is part 7 of my 2018 Honda City series. The rest of the videos are in Filipino. It is about my restoration progress with this car. Check out the 2018 Honda City playlist. Thank you. In this video, I will detail or restore the headlights. I will remove the yellow wing to restore the lens's clarity. 7 easy steps and yet efficient. As you can see, both lenses are badly hammered by the elements. Before I start the process, I need to remove the Toll Collection RFID sticker to clean the headlights lenses properly. There are 2 stickers on both sides. Spray some trusty WD-40 and the sticker will come off easily. Now let's begin. First, I mask the edges and corners around the headlights to avoid scratches while I am wet sanding. And then, I clean the surface using an APC and then a panel wipe to effectively remove any impurities and oils on the surface. Let's begin with step 1, which is wet sanding. Sanding the lens's surface with a 1000 grit sandpaper. Later, I will share to you why I started with a 1000 grit and not with a 600 grit. I am spraying distilled water to the surface while sanding to avoid dust and add lubrication. I use distilled water to avoid adding minerals to the surface while sanding. Just repeating the process until the white milky liquid is no longer visible, which is actually the clear coat. Next step, still wet sanding, but this time I'm using a 3000 grit sandpaper. The sandpaper that I'm using now is a 3M Trizac Disc 3000. It is a 3-inch hook and loop disc, perfect for a micro polisher. A finer sandpaper will remove the scar from the 1000 grit to create a much smoother surface. We can tell the difference. The lens's surface is getting clearer. Wipe it dry and spray some panel wipe to properly prep the surface for the next step. Before I proceed to the next step, let me share a fun experience restoring the headlight lenses of my other car. I will never use a 600 grit when restoring a headlight again. Here's why. Most of the videos here in YouTube suggested to start with a 600 grit. I copied the process and here are the results after a 600 and a 1000 grit combination. After the first sanding of the 600 grit, it left a deep scar on the surface. Doing the next step with a 1000 grit, I had trouble to even out the surface. Some are too deep, I was not successful to even out. Deep sanding scar will take more sanding time, even when using a micro polisher. So for a better and quicker results, use the 1000 and 3000 grit combination. Now let us continue the process in step number 3. This is the compounding stage. This step will make the lens's surface a lot smoother and clearer. I'm still using a heavy cut compound and you can already see the difference. If you find this video useful and you think you are liking the video, kindly hit that like button, it will help me a lot. And if you consider subscribing to this channel, thank you so much. Step number 4, polishing. This will not only complete the process but this will make the lenses look like new. This will properly prep the surface for the next step as well. For those who doesn't have a polisher, you can do hand compounding and polishing with the same results. At this stage, most of the DIYers end their headlight restoration project. I can't blame them. Look at my work. The headlight is already fully restored. However, why will you end here and not continue with the most important steps? Remember, we removed the yellow wing, which is the clear coat, and you will not put any protection back to the lens's surface. Remember, these lenses are plastic. That is the reason why manufacturers laid some clear coat to protect them against the elements and the heat coming from the halogen bulb. Unlike older cars with glass headlights that doesn't require clear coat, we can skip the next steps. But if the headlight of your car is plastic, I strongly encourage you to do the next two steps. In step number 5, I will add protection and clarity to the lenses by putting back clear coat to the lenses surface. But instead of spraying clear coat, which is too complicated for most of us, I will use a more convenient and hassle-free headlight lenses clear coat protection kit. This is 3M Headlight Restoration Clear Coat Wipes. Yes, it is a wet wipes. Inside the package comes with 2 pockets of easy-to-use wipes which contains clear coat and a 3-inch Trizac disc. This is the 3000 grit sandpaper that I used earlier. Just follow the package instructions, open one pocket at a time. One wipe is good for 2 headlights. Now, if you were able to clean the tail lights and the fog lights, the wipe has enough juice to wipe on those areas. According to the product information, this can last up to 3 years. How cool that can be, a wipe on clear coat that can last up to 3 years? Great product, huh? The package says allow to dry 5 to 15 minutes, but I let it set for 30 minutes. Once it is dry to the touch, we are ready for the second coat. Just open the second pocket and repeat the process. Remember to do an overlap pass to ensure all areas are covered. Once finished, allow it to dry and then allow the product to cure for 1 hour before driving the vehicle. I let this set for 2 days, then I will add a little more protection to the lenses by adding a car paint sealant. For our final step, step number 6, adding sealant. A ceramic or graphene coatings are the best choices for this job. But for me, this sealant is my choice. Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Pro to the Max Wax, a graphene-infused sealant. My purpose for this step is to help the wipe-on clear coat by adding a sacrificial layer of protection. This sealant will also add slickness to the surface to make it hydrophobic and will minimize bugs to stick to the surface. I will do 2 coats of this turtle wax sealant, just like what I did to this car body paint. If you only have car wax, that is fine for now, but it is not the best option. Car restoration project will really require more attention and patience, but it is the most rewarding. Seeing the finished product is the most fulfilling and satisfying part of any car restoration project. I can't wait to drive this car around. I hope I was able to share something helpful in this episode. If you enjoyed the video, kindly leave a like. If you consider subscribing to this channel, thank you so much. Next is the fog lamps. I hope to see you in the next part of this project. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, everyone.